Hi, this is Jeremy Tallman with T&H Realty Services. One of the more common questions I get from people who have never been a landlord and are considering being a landlord is, what if the tenant destroys my house? And I think it's certainly an understandable question. Those new to our industry have probably only heard the horror stories out there through different media outlets that showing a tenant that completely destroyed a house and did all this kind of damage. So there's a natural fear there, and I totally get it. But I can tell you from our own experience is that it's not a very common issue that we have to deal with. And while there are no guarantees out there, there are certainly some steps you can take to help ensure that you have a successful tenancy. The first is proper tenant screening. Above everything else, placing a qualified tenant in your property is paramount to having a successful tenancy. You want to make sure that you talk to previous landlords, that you do all the proper background checks to ensure you have placed a qualified tenant who will do a good job of taking care of your property. And there are plenty of those tenants out there. You just have to make sure that you screen that person correctly. You never want to go on, well, I have a good feeling about this tenant. You want to make sure that the screening is done. You've talked to previous landlords, like I said, and you can make sure that that tenant's going to give you a good chance of a successful tenancy. Second is obviously collect a deposit. Never enter into a lease agreement or move a tenant in without collecting a deposit. Even some of the best tenants out there can do inadvertent damage to the property, so you need to make sure you have money on file in case they do damage above normal wear and tear. And then finally, property visits. Visit your property occasionally. I would never enter into a renewal lease with a tenant, for example, without conducting a walkthrough to make sure that they're taking care of the home, there's no lease violations before you enter into another 12 or 24-month contract, for example. And also leverage your vendors. So when maintenance happens and you just send a vendor out there, have your vendor kind of be your eyes and ears of the property to let you know if there's any unauthorized pets, for example, or smoking going on in the property, things like that. Vendors can be a tremendous resource if you use them correctly. So again, while there's no guarantees out there, taking a few precautions can help ensure that you do have a successful tenancy. If you have any further questions on this topic at all, please don't hesitate to contact me, and thanks for watching.